Show your face. Show your face, please. With sugar on top.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're able to be a little more explicit, a little more uncensored, and share content freely without running the risk of having our channel terminated. So, once again, make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers. So if you like this video, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. Now let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, it's looking like THF Mooda woke up on the apologizing side of the bed yesterday. Either that or maybe him and Blasian would sit and reflect about all the dissing he did towards her and her affiliates, including her own mother, before they became a thing. I say this because after they've been together for a little while now, despite the backlash they both received from both sides of their sets, it's a little ironic that Mooda would chose now to finally come out and publicly apologize about his actions, not to mention, but he included her mother in it as well. Now it could be one of two things. Maybe Mooda had an epiphany of what he did and he's genuinely sorry and want to show it publicly, or maybe Blasian was just having one of them days but she was thinking about her mother and felt a little down, and maybe, Mooda was trying to make her feel good. Or maybe they finally sat down and really spoke about it, and she explained how she felt, and he felt the need to apologize publicly. Who knows? However, we do know that he apologized, and being that they done came out publicly already, moved in together in the whole 9 yards, I think it was well overdue. He may not have wanted to speak on it because it was a weird, awkward situation, but at some point, if they're running around and doing all these things together, I know the family watch and everybody else, then it's only right that it's addressed publicly the same way the disses were made publicly so they could put it past them and finally just move on from it. Now, if you've been living under a rock and you don't know what's going on, then allow me to briefly enlighten you. Blasian mother, who went by the alias Sess, was a 757 member who are rivals to the same set Mooda represents, which is THF 46. Blasian's mother, Sess, has been accused of being a part of the hit that was put on a guy by the name of Anthony Welch, which we know today originated the Welch World faction, which is represented by guys such as Tay Savage. Tay Savage and Anthony Welch was close friends, so when he passed away, it's rumored that Tay Savage would seek revenge for his friend. It would actually get it as he was accused of being behind the deaths of both suspects that was involved in Welch's demise, including Blasian's mom, allegedly. Sess was shot and killed back in February of 2011 as she was parking her vehicle as she would go to a party. It said that as she was getting out of her vehicle to pursue her night, a suspect would appear where sources say they followed her from her last location and began shooting her multiple times. Many believe that her death was retaliation for the role that she allegedly played in Anthony Welch's death prior. THF 46 along with Welch World are rivals to the set. Sess and her daughter are known to claim, which is 757. This is why when Blasian and THF Mooda were linked together, everyone would be confused, not only because of the history between both sides, but Mooda himself will also partake in dissing Blasian's mom at one point in time as well. Now fast forward, THF Mooda has issued a public apology to Blasian as he would take to his Instagram story to say, quote, "Public apology to my lady and her loved ones who I might have offended by doing what I thought was cool during the start of the drill culture. God has his own way of putting a spin to things so that you remain true to self in all. The media helped me clean my hands on the situation and stand on morals as a man, so I corrected it. Y'all can't break a solid foundation." Then in another slide, he would say, quote, "Post flower emojis for her and her mom anywhere on her profile for me at I am Blasian." Now, maybe Mooda is just in his grown-up phase where he's maturing and noticing that there's more to life than just rapping about deceased ops and repeating the same cycle that typically land these guys in either a cell or a gravesite. Maybe he wants more for himself, and I do applaud him for going against the grain, including some of his own friends and doing whatever he feels is right according to how he feels. I would always have respect for anybody that chose to do whatever they want to, regardless of whatever somebody has to say, whether it's a family, friend, and not be peer pressured into doing something they really don't want to do just to look cool for other people. However, to this day, I still would love to know, how in the hell did these two link up? Right? Like, who was the common factor between these two that linked them together? Who was the one that made the first move on who? How did they, get together privately? Because they had to probably sneak around before they actually became public. So, like, when I first seen this, I automatically was thinking backdoor vibe. But clearly, these two seem serious together. But I do think that at some point in time, for their supporters, it'd be dope if both of them did like a YouTube video or something explaining how they linked up, because it'll definitely be interesting. Considering the backstory between the two and, the triumphs that they had to get over between the friends and everybody that was against whatever they was doing, it'll definitely be an interesting little video to see like how these guys came together. Then I wonder how the guys feel. Like, I know him and Pooda cool, but is Pooda cool with his decision, or is he the type that he just going to ride with any decision that THF Mooda makes out of respect for him? Because we know guys such as Bezu, he feels totally the opposite. They done got into it on social media. Bezu pretty much told him he young, he ain't never do nothing. He ain't put on for the set anyway. So, he pretty much disapproved of the whole situation. And like I said, I get it, man. Let me tell y'all, it's a lot invested in this whole situation where when blood is spilled, you can't tell people how to feel. Some people are going to agree with it. Some people aren't. And both parties are understood. It's understandable on both sides, because you can't tell somebody how to feel when they lost a loved one, when they lost a friend, when they lost a family member. So some people still got those memories, and some people still remember you dissing their loved ones. And it's hard to just tell people how to feel. So, like I said, I agree with both sides. I can't say whether they wrong or right. But at the end of the day, it's really none of our business with these two. They grown, they doing whatever they want to do. But I do want to say this. This just goes to show you that these guys really be dissing each other's deceased loved ones just because. Right? Because clearly it don't be nothing personal. It just be guys trying to fit in or do what they see the other guys around them doing. So inevitably, they just follow suit. But we've witnessed THF Mooda diss Blasian Doll's mom as if he was really in tune with them, and now look. Right? How crazy is that? It also makes me wonder how some of these guys who was a part of the earlier stages of the drill culture would turn out if they were still here with us today. You got some guys who was here from the beginning still dissing, but for the most part, a lot of these guys stopped dissing. They either YouTubers or rappers now. Some fell back and don't even be in the spotlight no more. So I just wonder, how would it be if guys like Lil JoJo was still alive? Right? Would he still be dissing as much as he was before? Would he be as big as Lil Durk is? Would he have made it out first? What if HK made it out of Chicago as well? They say he was very smart. What would have he became if he would have made it out of Chicago? So these are good questions, being that now you see guys, they starting to click up with each other. They starting to talk with each other. They starting to laugh and kiki on YouTube and do interviews and, things like that. So it's just interesting to wonder, like, how would some of these guys would have turned out if they were still here? Like, where would Zach TV be? He wasn't dissing nobody, but he was ahead of his time with the camera and the things that he was doing that people are now doing. But where would he be if he was still here? So it's interesting, man. But y'all jump in the comments. Let me know how y'all feel about this. How y'all feel about THF Mooda now publicly apologizing to Blasian Doll? Why you think he came out publicly now saying it? What you think transpired? Jump in the comments, let us know, man. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. And I'm out.